Right, it's time for entertainment. And for those of you who missed that entertainment bit to the media encounter, we'll be bringing that to you later on during this interactive. Right now, though, Miss G is here, and if Sarkodie's high is 10K, how much will the president's?
And there's ha 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 ha.
No, you actually said, huh?
Okay, when they said they're going to give you opportunity to 3 women.
No, before then.
Okay.
Or much later. Is it? What the question was asked, you told him that you were looking fine.
Ah, okay, yeah. When Mariana
he dropped one hat.
Charlie, then
how much would that be?
That's supposed to be 100K. President's only 100K. But still on the media encounter, today, social media was buzzing for the creative art sector. Those people who work in the creative art sector were so happy that, for a very long time, we never got featured. Today, 2 of our very known journalists were invited. So we had Arnold Asamoah Beidou, we had Francis Doku there. Unfortunately, they said they raised their hands all through the event. They weren't, seen or the attention
well,
of
yeah, there were several journalists who raised their hands like that and didn't get a chance.
Well, the argument has been the president has asked us to be citizens, not spectators. So don't invite us to come and be spectators. Now, what you're saying is that they heard that, actually, Arnold Asamoah Beidou posted on Facebook that in the latter part of his submission that he heard that you needed to lobby, to get called. That's what people said to him. So that's on Facebook. Well, even though we cannot verify that comment, he went there and that's what he reported. And so we got in touch with Kojo Ponkruma, who's been here, because the act said we are very offended. Well, he apologized, but he was hesitant. He didn't let us have our way. He said he couldn't have decided what everybody else would have asked.
When you have a flood of hands that are raised and you are picking 4 or 5 or 6 at a go, and as you heard the minister say he was going for a gender balance and a regional balance, you cannot predict the question the person will ask. If you are perhaps suggesting that maybe in the future we should segment to subject areas and say we're taking 3 economic questions, 2 entertainment questions, 2 sports questions, that's a suggestion you can table. But if you ask us why we didn't have an entertainment question asked, with the greatest of respect, we were not the ones asking the questions.
Well, with the greatest of respect, Sue, you didn't give everybody a fair opportunity to ask their questions. So maybe
not every journalist in the room had an opportunity to ask a question.
So you think that you do not owe the creative sector an apology, that for the first time, in quotes, for the first time, you invite us and you don't give us, some prominence, or you don't give us some, advantage over the others who have always been there.
We did not seek to give anybody an advantage. For every journalist.
Well, to some extent you did, because you said gender balance. You called out people. People were called out. So it was based on the person's preference to have called out the people he called.
Every journalist who was there who did not get an opportunity to ask a question which they deem as very important, we are sincerely sorry. But as you know, that is the nature of press conferences.
Well, I hope this settles it for us. Well, let's go on to some other stories. So Musiga is in the news. They had the Musiga Grand Ball, and we had 5 veteran musicians: Nanam Paidu, J.K. Oboba, we had C.K. Man, 5 of them in number, who had some pledges, 5,000 for their upkeep monthly, and then some 5,000 also in savings for them. So today, that money was given to them. Let's see pictures of them picking up that money. Whilst we talk about this money being given to them, we need to correct the notion that the Honourable Member of Parliament for Asin South, is that his? Yes. It was earlier reported, not on our platform though, that he was given 5,000 each to each of them, so 5,000 to each of them. But he said that he pledged 1,000 cedis each, making it 5,000 monthly. So for the rest of their life, every month he will give 5,000 each to 5 of these musicians. So they've received that money today. Also, let's talk about your favorite. Well, is this favorite? No, she's not got she's not got Bobby Lai. So let's talk about Seligali. There's been a lot of calls on social media, especially from those called celebs, that Sally should, get pregnant. You know how the society is.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't seen that. Do you know those called celebs? Let me not promote them, but let's talk about Sally. Now, Sally says it's God's timing. When God puts a baby in her tummy, she will deliver.
get worried for the people who ask me to. Really, I get worried for them because, like I always say, when God decides to put a baby inside my tummy, I'll deliver. Basically.
No, this one is it God or it's you who has given yourself time?
Oh, it doesn't have. I don't think a married woman would deliberately want to give herself time. I don't know exactly what for.
Ball life.
Ball life. I don't know about that.
You want to undergo projects, the things you want to achieve with your career
that.
And all that. So
I don't know about that, but I think that you know that when it comes to childbirth, it's God's timing. It's God's timing, yeah. And it's something that every married couple look forward to. It's the greatest joy. So when the time is right.
You know, but it could also be that Sally, she's in a prime. And,
well, she says that's not it. I asked her. She said that's not it. She said that she wishes that she had a baby. So when God gives her, so maybe we should just pray that God gives her. So she's
worried that if she got pregnant, she's gonna disfigure.
You know, that kind of thing. But there's so much pressure to give birth. You know, let people take their time. Let us take our time. Okay, let's talk about Patapaa. Patapa's one kind of song was, you know, a big sensation. Yes. And so Mami Dokuno, whose real name is Grace Omabu, called for the ban like every other person did, or some people did.
Yeah, some people did.
Some people did. Patapaa didn't like the fact that she did, so he called her out on social media.
Yeah.
I was so surprised he could do that. But he's remorseful. He has a conversation he had with Dorina View.
I was very hurt when I heard Mame Dokno calling for my song to be banned. I couldn't even believe it, because I thought of her as a compassionate person. So I did the video to ask her if I was her son, would she have said that?
Baby. And I said, wow, baby. No, what to do 16 years. Na 7 and jumba kwa hit now nam kum now to say well but chance one bound in Jumana.
Do you regret your actions by going on Facebook Live to attack her?
Any day. Or before being no open idea.
I do regret my actions, and I will still release the By the Fire song so she knows that I'm not a bad person.
No babas when we say me yoni paboni and I mean Fedru and I mean Jumano. And Jumana na man for this house I'll be. One corner, hey, you pay. One corner, that's a day. One corner, hey, you pay. One corner, that's a day.
All right, so that is Patapaa's response to. Okay, so quickly before Israel says one more story. So quickly before I go, let's talk about Tonto Dikes, the king. Okay. She's put out a promo, but her husband is laying an injunction on that reality show. He says his son is too young and might not be able to speak for himself at his age, and so don't show any part of the reality show that features my son. But here's a new promo she's put out.
Hi, my name is Tonto Dike, aka Radical for Jesus. Something for the ground. Should be there someone could fake our life. Charlie, calm down. You're so good at us. Just a little bit, honey, because I'm a beautiful woman.
It's not just being called a liar, it's the fact that I was beaten like a dog repeatedly in my home. And you come out to say that I am lying about it?
Azuka, I said my husband gave me STDs, and you present the world with a medical report of stress. What has stress got to do with STD? Then why are we even talking about haters? Like, really, who are they? Please.
That is Tonto's the king. King Tonto, that's what the reality show is.
But the first
called.
promo that we saw actually
was when she had surgery. You know, she said she had always been ashamed of her body, and so she had to go for surgery.
So what's going to happen to the show now that the husband says?
Maybe she's going to edit all the part that features
where the, baby,
the young man. So that's it for entertainment. Let's see what she comes up with next.
Okay.